In 2021, I made $200,000 from this weird fruit. Before I get into this is going to be an audio piece. And before I get into this, my name is Adina and I am a contentpreneur and software developer. And I'm someone who I like to find different ways to make money online. But overall, I've built several content-driven businesses and most recently qualified as a software dev. But anyway, today I'm going to be talking about how I made over $200,000 from one weird fruit. It sounds quite strange, but let's go and let's get into this. Also, in the description, I have a link to my Fruit Money Done For You offer, which basically allows you to get a similar service where I can create content for you about weird fruits as well, and you can benefit from this kind of content. You know, I'm going to say, I'm not going to guarantee you're going to make the same amount of money, but you can still make some good money by creating content about fruit. You know, certain type of titles that I would use that really help to gain traction. But anyway, like I said, in 2021, I made $200,000 from a weird fruit. I know it's quite difficult to believe because most people focus on the popular topics. I focus on the weird stuff, but like majority of the time. I'm talking about when I'm creating faceless content, because I have a lot of faceless content pages on Medium. At one point, I did have multiple faceless pages on Vocal, and now I only have one page on Vocal, which is of my name, but it doesn't have my face on there. And I write about multiple topics. I have a multi-niche page on Vocal. So, you know, I'm really obsessed with finding weird stuff to write about and crazy topics that make great content for my faceless YouTube channels and my faceless Medium pages, as well as my niche blogs as well. So in 2021, I set up a basic WordPress blog and a faceless YouTube channel about unusual herbs and fruits. I published one article about durian fruit and shared the article on Pinterest, Twitter, Flipboard, and Facebook. And there's a description of a short YouTube video that I published on the same topic. The article received over 100k page views in 7 days. So I was really shocked by the traffic stats. And I made a list of article titles about the durian fruit. The durian fruit, I first heard about durian fruit when I was a fully dedicated raw plant-based person. I was a raw vegan at one point, and I went to the UK Fruit Festival. This was before 2021. I went to the UK Fruit Festival and I tasted durian for the first time, and I was quite intrigued by this whole durian craze at that point. And one day I was scrolling through my feed, my Google feed, and I saw a durian fruit. So I went in and I read an article about durian fruit. The article was, this is what will happen to your body if you eat durian fruit every single day. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And I don't know why, but I decided to create content about the durian fruit. So altogether, I published 27 articles about durian, and eventually I created an ebook about weird fruits. It included recipes, historical and nutritional facts, and I sold the book for $5. So by the end of 2021, my earnings for the website hit the $200,000 mark. And this came from Mediavine adverts. So instead of signing up for Google AdSense, I chose Mediavine over Google AdSense. And if you don't know what Mediavine is or what Google AdSense is, essentially they are advertising networks, and people pay for adverts to go on blogs that are focused on specific topics or niches. And so when someone clicks on an advert, or when they watch an advert, if there's like a little video advert, or you know, you basically get paid per click or per a certain amount of impressions. You get paid by Google AdSense or by Mediavine, and I chose Mediavine. I also had an ebook, and so that's a digital product, and that was like recipes and different historical and nutritional facts, like I mentioned before. And then I had affiliate links as well. For the affiliate links, I was promoting most of the time, I was promoting kitchen products such as Vitamix blender, Blendtec blender, Ninja Bullet blender, also NutriBullet, and then Ninja blender. I was also advertising some other kitchen gadgets like spiralizers and stuff like that. So the majority of my earnings came from affiliate sales. And in 2022, January, I sold the site, and I'm building another site about weird fruits, and I plan to document the whole process from start to finish. I don't know why I became obsessed with this whole fruit thing. After the durian content, I wrote another one about bananas that seemed to really do well as well. I've done a series of articles about blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. I've done jackfruit. Jackfruit is a really cool one to do. These fruits are not all weird. Durian is seen as a kind of weird fruit. But there are so many weird fruits, and now with ChatGPT and Google Gemini and all these platforms, you can actually find out a list of weird fruits and you can start creating content about it. So would you write about weird fruits or create content about weird fruits, or do you focus on topics that align with your passions? For me, my passion lies in creating content. I don't stick to one topic when it comes to niche blogging. I write about everything. So for my personal brand, I try to focus on entrepreneurship and personal development. However, for my niche blogging business, I follow the money. And you know what? I'm going to say this. Don't be ashamed to follow the money. I learned this from one of my first ever clients, who was an Australian digital marketing expert. And he taught me how to build niche bloggers. How to build niche blogs. He taught me about niche blogging, basically. And if it wasn't for working for him, I would have never understood niche blogging. I would have never understood SEO. I would have never understood the power of this kind of really niche down content and how you can maximize your income from niche down content. Weird fruits is a thing. Weird fruits, herbs, creating like a catalogue of herbs and fruits and even vegetables. I went so far as doing vegetables, different types of vegetables, and then fruits and herbs. It's just never ending. Think about this craze of cucumber salad and how a cucumber salad became a multi-six-figure business for a content creator, Logan, I believe his name is. He's built a multi-six-figure business because of cucumber salad. And he creates all these cucumber salad content, and he's created merch for cucumber salad, and he's got his little slogan, MSG, obviously, which is his slogan. And it just shows you how something that seems so simple and so basic can actually completely change your life. Think about it, a cucumber. It's a cucumber. He didn't create cucumbers. He didn't come up with an idea of a cucumber salad. It wasn't his idea. Cucumber salads have been around for years. In fact, if you were to read magazines from the 1970s, 1960s, even in the 1950s, they were creating cucumber salads. If you were to go and look at the old Reader's Digest books and magazines, you're going to find cucumber salad recipes in there. And so you can gain inspiration from anywhere, really, and actually start to build a profitable business around one thing. You can build a profitable business out of one fruit, one vegetable, one particular ingredient that you build your whole entire content around for a specific niche platform, or even for a personal brand. He's kind of known as the cucumber guy now because, he's done the cucumber salad. But you can be known as someone who creates a lot of content about citrus fruits, or someone who creates a lot of content about certain types of berries, or someone who creates a lot of content about fruit in general and loads of recipes about fruit. You can create a whole entire channel about creating content about fruit. So there's so much scope. There's so much scope. You should never run out of ideas. When people say, I've got no ideas, there's an abundance of ideas. Ideas never run out. You can find ideas anywhere. So don't don't be too stressed out when it comes to creating content and thinking about how you can niche down and whatever. Just start creating the content, and then, you know, things will fall into place as time goes on. But yeah, try out this weird fruit idea. I don't mind giving out the idea to people because I'm of the belief that there's room for everybody. You don't have to reinvent the wheel to make money online. And so I'm happy to put my ideas out there, and if people take it, they can go off and do whatever they want with it. It doesn't bother me. So yeah, if you want to do this type of content but you just can't be bothered to do it yourself, I have an offer, Fruit Money offer, and you can come to me. Myself and my team are going to put together a content plan for you and create a bunch of content relating to fruit and build e-guides and all of that in there with it as well, so you can actually start making some money from fruit related content. Take care. Bye bye.